Hey guys, my name is Gary. I'm a grateful recovering alcoholic and drug addict. And today I have 1 year of sobriety, continuous days and nights. And I got to tell you, I was in a meeting this morning. What a great feeling it is to be sober. I am so grateful for so many things, but it starts with my sobriety. It's the most important thing in my life right now, because without my sobriety, I don't have the other things that I'm grateful for, like my children and my grandson. This year was a hard year. It was my first year of sobriety, and at 4 months, I lost my son, Brandon, my middle son, at 27 years old, to an accidental fentanyl overdose. I had to identify his body in Long Beach, California. They found him in a CVS parking lot, overdosed on fentanyl. It's a father's worst nightmare. And it's when you think about it was impossible for me to not drink and do drugs. I would pray, God, please make me willing to be willing. Just please help me with this way of life. Please, I want to be sober. And I couldn't get sober, and I gave up on myself, and I gave up on ever being sober. But every once in a while I would throw one up to God. God, please make me willing. And I got COVID one day in El Paso. And I was sick in bed for 5 days, and I woke up after 5 days and was like, holy shit, man, I got 5 days of sobriety, and I ran with it. I jumped into the program of Alcoholics Anonymous, and at 4 months sober, I got the news. My oldest son came to my door at 10 o'clock at night and said, Dad, Brandon's not with us anymore. And that was the saddest day of my life. And in meetings, I met a man. I was crying in a meeting one time, saying how sad I was. I missed my son. And this man put his hand out. He had 43 years of sobriety. And he said, Gary, I lost my son years ago. He didn't say how, but he said he lost his son. And he goes, it's the hardest thing I ever had to get through. But he goes, if you don't pick up a drink or a drug and you get through this sober, it'll be the hardest thing you ever have to walk through. He said, I've gone through many deaths and many events, and it has not shaken me or rattled me, because I know I can walk through anything. And I found the strength. Don't give up on yourself, you guys. Even if you've given up on yourself, right? Don't give up on your prayer. Even if you don't believe in God, there's something greater out there that got me sober, and it wasn't me. Once I was given that 5 days, I've jumped into Alcoholics Anonymous, and I've been willing to help other addicts and alcoholics. And especially in the last month, I've completely thrown myself into service, into helping others. My life hasn't changed that much. I still have a very uncertainty about my financial situation and my employment situation. And nothing's gotten better on the outside. But since turning my will and my life over to God and jumping into service, there's been a huge change that's occurred inside myself. And it might sound corny or like a bunch of foo-foo bullshit, but it's not. It came from prayer, and it came from working 12 steps, which you find God all over those 12 steps. And turning my will and my life over to that care of God as I understand Him. It's my God. It's my own perception of my God. It's not yours, your perception, or anyone else's. In Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, they allow you to have your own perception of your God, however limited it is, and mine is very limited. I know very little about God, but He's shown me the way. And I think the other most important thing is there's been probably 5 days in this sobriety in this last year that I just couldn't get out of bed, just didn't want to get out of bed, felt hopeless. And what I did, what's good about those days is there's Pillsbury Doughboy biscuits, right? And plenty of butter. And that's my thing. Popcorn with a lot of butter, sodas, and plenty of junk food to comfort myself. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with a lot of ice cold milk. Call in sick for work. Comfort yourself. Watch movies. Feel good movies. And those days pass. So I've had about 5 of those days in my recovery so far, and there'll probably be more. But I think that's about it. Hopefully I'm carrying a good message here. Sobriety is the only way to go if you're an addict or an alcoholic like me. And it's attainable to anybody who wants it and wants to do a little bit of work for it. So have a great day, you guys. I know I'm going to. So I'll talk to you soon.